This is so good. I haven't done this in so long. Oh God. Give it a wave.
You should tell them why you're here.
That's my plan. That's the whole point of the YouTube video. Yep. So we're back to the L YouTube game. God, I didn't think I'd be this nervous speaking on camera. Obviously, maybe not obvious for some people, but we have moved to Australia. After some deliberation, we've decided to take the move all the way over. There's plenty of reasons for that, bar the obvious. Good weather, good beaches. It's very important to me. Anyone who knows me knows that I absolutely love a dip. See, this for me, this is my little happy place. Doesn't matter how cold it is, doesn't matter how warm it is, doesn't matter what country I'm in, I always find the sea. Yeah, one of the main reasons is sat behind me. So that's my lovely girlfriend and she's from here. I'm sure you'll be seeing more of her, which is going to be very funny, which is going to be very, very good. But yeah, I'm in Australia and it all happened very, very quickly. What do you mean becoming an Aussie?
I feel like every European that, integrates in the Australian culture will one day in their life in summer shave their head.
So I've had shaved heads, I've had mullets, I've had everything. It's nothing to do with Australia. You need to realise that. It's not all about your little country.
Little country?
Yeah.
It's
little country in the middle of nowhere.
Island ever.
Little country in the middle of nowhere.
So what are you doing today?
We're shaving my head. Why, you may ask? Because it's fucking cool. So I'm in Australia, right? And obviously there's kangaroos and sharks and everything. But today, there was a lizard in the house. A decent sized lizard as well. There was a big lizard in the house, so I had to chase him out of the house. And then I picked him up and he was like squirming or whatever, grabbed him by the tail. And then his tail just comes off and it keeps like spinning around. It's pretty disgusting actually, pretty gnarly stuff. And then I got attacked by a, what are they called, green mantis?
Yeah.
A flying green mantis. Ooh. But it was only a little small one, so. Well yeah, he was sizing me up, he was like, and then I started doing it back. And then he fucking attacked me.
Weren't you gonna attack them?
Yeah, I was gonna attack him. Time to shave the head. I need a mirror. Do you have a mirror?
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so good.
Oh my god.
This is the studio. Alright, we're sitting in traffic. Sydney traffic is no joke. My fault for going towards the city at 9 AM to be fair. I shaved my head, so that's good. Really enjoying that. Had to do that real quick. That was always part of the plan for moving over here. And yeah, I had it shaved a little while ago. I don't think any of you remember it, but I had it shaved quite some time ago and just really enjoyed it. So easy to maintain, just shave it once a week, do it all yourself. It's a good buzz and I look a bit like an egg at the moment, but my plan now for the next few weeks is to lean out a little bit, well, a good bit, and then I'll be looking a lot sharper, so we'll see. But yeah, the YouTube fella, it's been mad difficult to sit down and just make this video, but I think this is probably the best format to just do it. So why have I moved to Sydney? That is an incredible question. Many reasons. It happened all pretty quickly, but I think the biggest reason, and everyone that's close to me would have heard the story in depth, but my girlfriend is from here. So when I was here in April, I wasn't doing any YouTube, I wasn't doing any longer form stuff. Basically went on a big trip all of April, travelled over to Australia, had my cousin's wedding, ended up meeting my now girlfriend. So I'd planned to move over here in like towards the end of 2026. This was meant to be a 9-week trip, work remote, but I've just decided to stay because it makes so much more sense. There's no point in me going back. I've had to leave my job, so I won't be selling oat milk anymore. And the only other thing I'm really going to miss is all my mates, because all of my mates are in Dublin. I've built up a good little community of people that run and have a good buzz, all that kind of stuff. So have to rebuild that over here, but it's going quite well so far. So today I was at a beach run in Bondi, hosted by this lovely gentleman called Mike and Kieran. These two boys, Mixed Life and Horn on Instagram, if you follow them. And yeah, just meeting more people like the people I have back home. So people that are into fitness, running, living a good healthy lifestyle. And there's a lot of that over here. It is pretty crazy getting up at 5 a.m. and going to the beach for a run. It's all pretty insane, to be honest. But that's the life that we want to live. When you think about it, all I do when I'm back home is work, drink good coffee, run, and go to the sea and hang around with my mates. Yeah, now I have a sixth thing, my girlfriend, which is sick because we were doing long distance. I'm not going to be the kind of guy that gets into the nitty-gritty of personal relationships, especially romantic relationships, on the internet. I think it's good to keep those things to yourself to a degree. But long distance relationships, everybody always said to me, they were like, yeah man, long distance. Anytime I asked somebody, their girlfriend lived in Belgium and they lived in Ireland or whatever. Long distance, when you're 11 hours ahead of each other or behind each other, that's not enjoyable. That's not remotely enjoyable, to be completely frank. It's quite difficult. Oh, I'm in the wrong lane. But yeah, basically long distance is not that much fun. The really nice thing about having a significant other is that you get to spend time with them and be there and do dates and all that good stuff. So not going to get into it, but glad that that is now over. It did a few months like that. Now I don't have to worry about that. So that's a massive part of my life now. Kind of on me as the man to move to Sydney, no problem. I said to her, I was like, if I have to move to Sydney where the lifestyle is good and food is good and coffee's good, oh no, what a terrible life I have if I have to do that. So why else am I here? Fitness is a big reason that is kind of drawn towards Sydney. When you look around here, some of the people, some of the lads here, what the fuck? Some of them are in insane shape. Insane. Everyone must be slamming gear or peptides or fucking, I don't even know, because it's abnormal. Like when you look back home, some of the lads that I mate are in phenomenal shape, whether that's running ability, gym, hybrid, whatever. But some of these lads are running around 330 kilometers around the park and they're 6'4" and shredded. Like, how are you a real human? And that's just a normal thing here, apparently. So it seems to be everybody's just in good shape, everybody's healthy, everybody's looking after themselves. So that's obviously a huge reason to come here. And the lifestyle, getting up early, going to the cafe, good work-life balance. You know, there's a lot of corporate jobs here, but then on the weekends everyone goes camping or they go surfing and spending time with mates, and there's a lot of young people doing interesting stuff here. So that's obviously a big draw. And then obviously content, right? Would I rather take a video in Portmarnock Beach or Bondi Beach? I would rather be in Portmarnock Beach because it's objectively a nicer place. Yeah, like the content scene over here, there's a lot of people doing really interesting stuff in the health and fitness space, which is me. That's where I want to be. And then marathon training, like, it's a pretty good place to be running. It's hilly, very, very hilly, which is what I found. I've probably done more elevation in the last month than in the previous 3 back home. So that'll hopefully build up a bit of strength in the legs. But yeah, like, their version of the Phoenix Park is Centennial Park, and it's about a 3.5k loop, I believe. So not too big, but it is quite nice to run around. It doesn't feel like it's not like a kilometre loop or something where it's just too short. You start going insane. It is a fair, decent park, and there's a lot of ground around it. So yeah, there's a lot of good runners in the city. There's a lot of good run clubs. I'm still figuring out like actual people to train with, because there's a massive difference between run clubs for fun and then training partners. So kind of navigating all of that. But basically I just had a nice 2 weeks at the start of January of doing nothing, and I wasn't on my phone, I wasn't filming anything, I wasn't on Instagram. I was just like complete time out. And one thing I've taken away from that is how addicted I am to my telephone. It is absolutely shocking. So gonna have to rethink things a little bit, especially with Instagram, social media. YouTube going forward is going to be my main gig. It's all I care about. Instagram and all is going to be supplementary, but doing the YouTube, doing the podcast, and then I have a 10k booked on the 7th of March, which will be interesting to see what we can do there. Then I'm doing a half marathon in May in New Zealand, which is going to be interesting. That's going to be flat. Hopefully get into really, really good shape by then. And then I have Chicago booked. So like what I did with Dublin this year, I'm going to do the same with Chicago, and basically just film week by week what I'm doing, what I'm getting up to, how training's going, etc. And yeah, having a bit more fun with it. Maybe a bit more production this time around. It was very vloggy, put the camera up, maybe might go a little bit more effort into it this time, although I do understand that people like the actual personal approach that I had, which is really, really enjoyable. And then the podcast as well is going to be a massive one. So yeah, going to stay really busy. Next mission is to get into phenomenal shape. I've always been in decent shape, especially when you're running so much. It's nice to be lean, it's nice to be light. But since getting over here, like, and of course I'm not comparing myself to other people, I'm not being insecure or whatever, but I could definitely do more. That's all I'm saying. So gonna get lean again. Obviously bit of timber over Christmas. The Sydney Stone, apparently, which is what people call it when you get over to Sydney, you're just eating and drinking. Listen, you're allowed to have a bit of fun. But now it's time to lock in. It's February and we are putting a bit of focus back into the health and getting fit and fast. That's what I'm calling it. So we're getting fit and fast. But that's why I moved to Australia. It was very quick turnaround. I only realised I was going to move at the start of December. That's when I made the decision and kind of had to quickly say goodbye to everybody, etc. But I'm gone. I won't be gone forever. I'll still be back in the park at some point, don't worry. But right now, going on a bit of an adventure, exploring something new. I moved away when I was 19 with like complete ignorance and willful blindness that it was all going to work out, and it did. It was the best decision that I've ever made. So hopefully I'll have the knowledge to figure it out again in a different country. So here we are, we're starting a new life and it's going to be interesting. So yeah, I'm glad that is done. So yeah, basically going to be bringing yous along the life, the new journey, the exciting new times ahead, new people, new faces, new adventures, and it's going to be good. So thank you all for the support last year. I wouldn't have continued doing it without all the nice words and messages and support from everybody. So first of all, thank you to everyone for that. And second of all, this year is going to be monumental. It is going to be absolutely monumental on all fronts. So yeah, here we are. We're live. I'll catch us in the next one.